All right, boys and girls, lesson 11, level 8, part C. Here we go. It says, the preview for this page looks fine, and all of the elements in HTML and CSS are being displayed correctly. But if you look in the code, something isn't quite right that could cause problems later on. Can you spot what code is in the wrong area and fix it? All right, so let's look at the code and see what we can do. Now, here are a couple of clues up here in the top right-hand corner. What does the head do and what does the body do? So there's probably a problem with text that should be in the body, in the head, or stuff that should be in the head, in the body. So let's take a look. In the head on line 3, we should only see basically line 4, the line of code that links the style sheet with the HTML file. But look what else is sitting there. We got our H1 tags and our H3 tags. Now, HTML is pretty forgiving. If you put code in the head of your file that's not supposed to be there, it still probably will work okay, and that's what code.org is telling us. This is all working fine, even though the code isn't correct. Browsers are pretty forgiving, but we want our code to be correct. So let's take this code and cut it. That's Control X, okay? Backspace, and let's put it in the body. We want, of course, our H1 and H3 tags to be in the body. That's all there is to it. Okay, now I don't see anything else in the body that should be in the head, because really the only thing that should be in the head is the title and this line of code, line 4. So I think we're good. That's it. See you in the next lesson. All right, so I just moved forward to level 8, part D as in dog. Here we go. It says add new rules. The rules for the body right now are not very exciting. Add some more to make it look cool. Okay, so we get to play around with this. You can also add or change other rules. So our goal is to make this somewhat boring website, let me get myself out of the way, look cooler. Okay, now how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do it with CSS. Okay, so let me get myself out of the way again. Let's go to the CSS file. Get myself out of the way as much as possible. Okay, look, nothing's happening in the body. Let's give it some style. Let's give it a background color for one thing. Background color, and let's go with, oh, look at this huge list we have to choose from. Let's try, cool, that looks cool. If you want to see that again, background color. Okay, always click it, and then it'll bring up the nice list. Oh, you can look how much we have to choose from. And that only goes through half. I mean, there are a lot more colors to choose from. How about like a light green? I think that's a nice color. Let's see, refresh and save. Light green, that looks nice. Okay, let's, I think that looks good. Let's go to the image. It's floating right. The width is set. Looks good. I like the border. Let's set the border. Border to 4 px. Boom. Version 6. All right, didn't seem to change too much. Probably because the border color isn't set. Let's try border color. And you guys can do anything you want to do to this page just to spruce it up. Let's go with Bisq. Okay, that didn't really seem to help it too much. Let's drag this up a little bit. Okay, we need to definitely, one thing we need to do is we definitely need to get the paragraph width into shape. So let's set the width to be 200 pixels. That looks better. Well, kind of about 15. Okay, so you guys just play around with that. There are so many choices you could do. We could set a color of text. Remember, when we set the color in our body, we're talking about the text, right? So let's set it to be something like dark green. What do you think? And let's hit refresh and save. Okay, that looks pretty cool. So just play around with it, have some fun. Use all your knowledge. See you in the next lesson.